All right, Power of Five. This is Mary Starr Carter, a diamond in Young Living. Tonight we are in the fields. That's me behind me, actually in the lavender fields in Young Living because we're celebrating an amazing boot camp. This is one of my last talks with you, and I am super excited about it. So today we're going to talk about how you cannot wear all the hats. It's a subject that you've maybe heard about a little bit through this boot camp. But one of our greatest lessons that I've learned in business is that I cannot wear all the hats. And what hats am I talking about? Specifically today, I'm going to talk about training and leadership. And now, obviously, you have to be a leader and as you build your business, especially as you grow past that silver level or to the silver level, executive, silver, and above. Super important to develop your leadership. But you don't have to know about all the products. You don't have to know all the things to say. You don't, but you do have to know about some things, right? You don't have to be an expert in all things. So, knowing that, I need to know how to connect people to an expert, right? A system or a resource they need. That has been the one aha moment when I was in the depths of leadership as a platinum and I was just drowning. I was drowning in debt. I was drowning in workload. My marriage was a mess, all of these things. And the reason I was drowning is because I was wearing too many hats. How many of you have done that, right? Maybe in another job or another career or in life in general, you've just worn too many hats. Well, think about a successful business. The owner doesn't personally do the bookkeeping, the legal, the marketing, the sales training, the technology, the customer service, or every other job, right? They build systems, they hire people, they bring in experts, they outsource. Tammy has talked to us about this. As brand partners, we may not be outsourcing by hiring a huge staff, but we are outsourcing by leveraging people, programs, systems, tools, and training that exists. So, what is our job, right? Ask yourself, what are the things in my business that require me, right? I have to build relationships. I have to listen to people. I have to share my story. I have to invite, follow up, right? All the tasks that we know from the Power of Five. Those things I can't completely outsource, but I do personally have to create. Do I have to personally create every training? No. Do I have to teach every brand partner how to communicate, right? No. Do I have to be the greatest expert in personalities and the colors? No. Do I have to teach every leader about personal development or leadership? No. Do I have to teach them about finances? No. Because when I try to do all those things, something happens. I become the bottleneck, right? Everyone needs me. Everyone waits for me. Everyone asks for me. You do not want to be a bottleneck in any business that you have. A duplicatable business teaches people where to go instead of teaching them always to come to you. Okay. And this is a big mistake I think a lot of businesses do, especially as they grow to the higher levels. Don't outsource, but you can't just outsource to anyone. And this is another lesson I learned. I'm very particular in who I outsource to. Why? Because you can't, in today's day and age, we are constantly being sold to, constantly, right? It's all over the media. So and so liked it, or they took a training with them. Oh, I need to take the training, but it may not be for you. So I look for these four things: experience, results, systems, and heart, right? Those are what I look for. Do they have an experience? Do they have actually accomplished what they're teaching? Do they have proven systems instead of just great ideas? Do they generally have a heart to see other people succeed? Is that why there's, two resources I personally edify so strongly? Okay. And obviously, one of them is the Power of Five. Power of Five is a business building system developed by our own Tammy Oshesky. And why do I edify Tammy? Is Tammy a top enroller? Oh, yes, she is. Has Tammy won multiple contests? Oh, yes, she has, right? Tammy knows what it takes to get people started in the business. She is a strategist. She sees very clearly systems. She sees strategy of how to get people started. She is very focused, right? All of those things. So that were in her experience in working with top leaders, she saw the bottlenecks, right? She saw the bottlenecks. So that's how she developed the power of five. So for $50 a month, our brand partners don't have to figure all those things out. They have the systems, the tools, the boot camps, the coachings, the accountability, communication set, the AI resources, right? Our simplicity tools, community, all of those things. And you see how the system is working for those who work it, right? We have the systems and the things to plug into for those who work it. So again, could I create all those things myself? Actually, I could never do that. I could never do that, right? I tried for a lot of years. I knew what I needed, but I actually didn't have the skill to do that. So that's why I recommend that. Okay. So my job is to edify my team members to the Power of Five system, those who qualify, right? Those who qualify. So the other program that I strongly believe in is called First Steps to Success. You've heard myself and many other boot camp leaders talk about it as well. First Steps to Success is a transformational personal and business development. It's an experience, right? It's a 3-day experience. It helps you understand yourself, helps you communicate more powerfully with others. It builds stronger relationships, right? Within your family unit, friends, family, and actually team members. And it helps you become the kind of leader that you would actually want to follow. Um, and it's been around for 30 years. So if it didn't work, it would not be around for 30 years, right? And the people behind it have decades of experience in sales, network marketing. The owners actually right now who own the parent company called Destiny Global, they're longtime Young Living users, love the product. But the trainers actually are network marketers, or they've been in sales, they understand AI, social media, long time personal development, right? They're constantly making themselves better to pour into us, right? So again, they teach things like understanding yourself, the personality or the colors, communication, relationship, finance, stewardship, debt payoff, like really wealth building, leadership, which is another big one, overcoming limiting beliefs, goal setting, time management. There's a really good time management piece to First Step Success. It's just there's a lot there in those days. So again, could I teach all those? Again, I didn't have the skills until I attended those trainings, and I can teach pieces of it and edify it, but it takes my time away from building my business. Does that make sense? So I teach a little bit of pieces in it in the boot camps. You've heard me share about that. And then in my office hours with my team. But if I were to do, 3-day intensives every, other month or something like that, that would take me away from building my business. So this is why I outsource and why I trust these people as well. So that's outsourcing. So why I believe so much in first is I'm not recommending something that I've never experienced. I told you that, but here's my story with it. So I told you how um, underwater I was as a platinum. We were 125, we were $250,000 in debt at that time. We were fighting, my husband and I were fighting all the time. I was like this with team members. I never wanted to have kids. I took a First Steps to Success training because Young Living actually had them as a keynote speaker to one of our conventions. So a whole bunch of us took it, like Janie Leake and some others in here. And we took it and we had such a radical transformation. So we paid off $125,000 in debt in less than 2 years. My marriage was healed and restored. We started having babies. But then I started actually using some of those skills in my business too and bringing people to come too. And that's when my business really exploded. So I went from working like 80 to 100 hours a week to down to like less than 30 at that time. And just all this peace came on my life. But I'm not the only one, you know. Some of you don't know them, but Joy and Hans Hinterkopf, I watched them bring their 10 and 12-year-old to the event, and they were running, you know, for a big contest, like a Hawaii contest, and they missed it like by two people, but it was so wonderful to watch how God still anointed their hard work. They ended up being able to go to Hawaii, negotiated a 1 month trip. They horse sat and stuff. And then today, like what they've done in their careers, you know, achieving silver in their businesses, and their kids are so self-sufficient. Many of you know Holly Cope. Holly, if you're here, write in the comments or the discussion too. She attended a virtual First Steps to Success. So you can do the intensive or you can attend virtually, and she used the principles to help her pay off her mortgage like years earlier, right? And get out of debt. Susan Lloyd says she attended this past year and said the biggest thing she gained was learning how to listen better, to speak to people according to their parent personalities, including her husband. So they aren't just business skills, they're really life skills, right? So we have the Power Five, we have all of that, but having these life skills that so many of us just aren't taught by our parents. We're not taught wealth building, we're not taught good financial, well, at least I wasn't taught good financial stewardship, and all these things that cause a lot of rift actually in your businesses. Because when a team member can't pay the bills because they're drowning in debt, and you're telling them, hey, let's grow a business, right? They've got to get solidified in those things before they can truly grow. So a lot of you have asked about First Steps. I'm going to tell you a little bit. What does it cost? The 3-day First Steps training is less than $500. You can attend live, which is wonderful, and if your life allows it. But if you go live, I actually suggest giving yourself like an extra day or two afterwards so you can like digest everything you learned and really hit the ground running. Same thing if you want to do like the virtual retreat option, you can get some friends together. If you call the office, Destiny Global office, and you have a group of five, I think it's like $100 less for everybody. So that's an option as well. And you get up to 72 hours afterwards to watch it all for that price, right? So if everyone can't take it on the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday when it's happening, I believe it's the 26th weekend of September if you're watching this, but it usually happens 4 times a year. So 4 times a year. So this will be the last one for 2026. And moving forward with that. So you can experience the training virtually, like I said. But I I just can't say enough about it. But back to you can't wear all hats, right? So I'm going to leave you with this. You can't wear all the hats, especially if you only have 5, 10, or 20 hours a week to build your business. You shouldn't even try. You have to decide what requires me. What can I outsource to a proven system, right? Your job isn't become an expert in everything. Your job is to become excellent at connecting people, connect them to products, connect them to our opportunity, connect them to the Power of Five for systems, tools, coaching, accountability. Connect them to First Step Success for communication, personal development, relationship, leadership. And then free yourself up for doing the things that nobody else can do for you, right? Like, build relations, listen, share, invite, follow, love people, lead people. Don't be the bottleneck in your business. Stop trying to wear all the hats and start becoming really good at connecting people to the right hat. All right. Thank you, friends. It's been a blast. I'm so proud of you for doing all that you've done with this training, and we will see you for the next one. Bye-bye.